Your next comedian is very funny. Please give it up for James Lee.
All right. Well, I am celebrating something very important today. It's been 3 weeks, and I have not texted my ex-girlfriend. Thank you. Where were you guys 3 weeks ago? I did not want this to happen. I was not consulted on this decision. But, I was with this girl for 8 months and thought things were going really well. She broke up with me over text message. Right? Thank you, right? Come on. And I tell my buddy, I go, dude, she broke up with me over text message. And he goes, oh, man, at least she didn't ghost you. I'm like, that's like telling someone when they miss their flight, it's like, at least it wasn't Spirit. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. But when you're in love, man, things go by so fast. Like when you go on like vacations, over in a flash. Date nights, like they're just over so quickly. Sex, that was my fault. I get real excited. But there were signs. There were definitely signs. We went to the grocery store, and I put my groceries down, and she put her groceries down, and the checker put a rubber little divider in between our groceries. Like she knew something that I didn't know. Like women, they speak, in these ways. They just know. There was another time where I texted her. I just felt like she was being a little distant. And so I said, hey, honey, heart emoji. I just feel like you're being a little distant lately. Are you okay? And she gave me a thumbs up emoji. I'm like, yeah, I'm convinced, right? I'm super convinced. So I pushed a little bit. I was like, hey, are we good? She gave me the thumbs down emoji. So like, I knew something was going on. But I did get to meet her kids. And it was, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where I don't have kids. I'm 43, and she says, come over and meet my kids. I really want you to do that. And I was like, okay, I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. I think maybe it's going to be like the zoo. Like all the floor is going to be sticky. Every room is going to have a different smell. And if it's a good trip, if no one throws poop at you, I think that's a really good trip. But she says they'll love you if you get them a gift. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to the store and I got a balloon, one balloon. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, all right, this is a big deal. Getting really motivated. I walk up to the door and I knock on the door and this little girl answers. And she says, you're a lot shorter than the last guy. I'm like, I wish you would have just bitten me, right? Like just bite me, just get it over with. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but your words will echo in my mind forever. Thank you for that. So then the next guy is a 16-year-old. Has not blinked since I showed up. He goes, I hear you're a comedian. I go, yeah, I like to make strangers laugh. He goes, tell me a joke. I'm like, doesn't really work that way. He's like, cool. Tell me a joke. Cool. So I say, why did the Scarecrow get an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. He didn't like it either. So I'm 0 for 2 with these kids. So then her oldest son comes up to me. He's a foot taller than me, and he's just like, hey. And I'm like, hey. He's like, what is that? I go, it's a balloon. He goes, why didn't you blow it up? I'm like, I don't know. Just take it. It's like meeting the kids. You're auditioning for not just a relationship, but a whole sitcom. And there's no script. I did not get the part. Did not get the part. So she ended things. What am I doing these days? Thanks for asking. Not a whole lot. I have a lot of spare time now. And I'm getting used to all the things in my apartment. I have a favorite stovetop burner. It's bottom left. Gets all the action. That's my favorite one. I cleaned out my entire closet. And I found this red shirt that I used to wear in high school. It's a really big red shirt, and she hated that shirt. She said that it looked like I was wearing a big red flag. That's called foreshadowing, because she broke up with me. But so I wore that shit all weekend. The weekend she broke up with me, I just wore that the whole weekend. And then I also found in the closet, when I was cleaning it out, a box of gummies, weed gummies. All right, there you go. Yeah, so, and I thought, okay, we were gonna eat these on a cruise that we were gonna go on, which is non-refundable. But I go, I'm gonna eat a gummy, it's 10 milligrams, every time I want to call or text her. So 10 minutes later, I'm like 6 gummies in. And I don't do it very often, and so like I'm standing there and I close my eyes and I'm like, I open up my eyes and I'm in the bedroom. I'm like, what just happened? What is going on? And I was hungry. And so I took another gummy because I was like, oh, that's funny, I want to tell her, and so I can't. So I gummy. And so I open up my eyes and I have my head in a refrigerator at Best Buy. I don't even know how I got there. I'm just there. And I'm just like, where's my food? What happened to all my food? And I go to this other refrigerator, they're all empty. So I'm bummed about that. And I hear in the background a movie that I'm very familiar with. And I turn around and it's the TV section at Best Buy. And they're playing The Sixth Sense. You remember that movie? Yeah. So, yes, I see dead people, yeah. And so I'm going and I'm watching this and I'm super intense and I'm super high. I got my big red shirt on and I'm just watching it. And if you're not familiar with it, it's been 25 years, so don't tell me, I was gonna watch it tonight. No, you weren't. So this kid can see dead people. And so the dead people show up and they're like, hey, and then he looks at him and they're like, oh, you can see me. And he's like, yeah. And then they tell him, like, what happened. So I'm into this, and there's this one scene where there's this little girl sitting in a tent. And Haley Joel Osment is like slowly walking up. Because then he knows there's gonna be a dead girl that's alive to him, but he's like this, and I'm super into it, just boom, the Best Buy movie theater, just right here. And this guy behind me goes, hey, excuse me, sir. I'm like, damn! Oh, my soul just left my body! I was so scared. I wasn't ready for that. And he goes, hey, Bruce Willis dies in the first scene. He gets shot by that guy from the New Kids on the Block. I'm like, why would you, first of all, it's very specific with a lot of details that don't matter. Secondly, if I haven't seen the movie, why would you say that? Like, why would you even tell me that? So I'm thinking, all right, well, that was funny. I should call, nope. Another gummy. So I wake up at Target. And I'm walking around, and don't wear a red shirt to Target. Like, I'm just saying, I was wearing flip-flops and shorts, and they're like, excuse me, where's the cosmetics? I'm like, let's go, Deborah. Right over here, you'll see this. And then Jax wants me to take some to the tents, and so we're in the camping, and he's just like, oh, we're gonna get a tent. I'm like, that's awesome, who's it for? He's like, oh, me and my girlfriend. I'm like, that's not gonna work out, but good for you, And so I take another gummy just because, it's sad. And so I open up my eyes again and I'm in the book section. And I got this book and I'm looking at it and I'm like, what is this? And it says, How to Survive a Narcissist. I'm like, oh. And what I learned is that narcissism has 9 traits. My girlfriend had 12 of them. She would sneak in a few every once in a while. And so I'm reading this book and I'm a little tired because I've been showing everybody how to get around Target. And I hear, excuse me, sir. I'm like, I put the book down. And I look over at her. You can see me. And I just walk away. But there is one thing that I am gonna miss about my ex-girlfriend is her 16-year-old son. He plays video games, and every once in a while he'd invite me to play video games with him. So playing video games as a 43-year-old dude, I'm not very good. The game is keep James alive. That's basically the game. And so we're playing these games, and when 14 to 17-year-old kids, guys, play, they talk about each other. They rip on each other. They say mama jokes. Your mama's so fat. Your mama's so skinny. Your mama's so ugly. And I'm just laughing. I'm having a good time because I'm not going to participate, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm playing with them, and I've got a date with my ex-girlfriend. And we win a game, and I go, all right, guys, I got to go. And they're like, where are you going? Where are you going? I'm like, I got to take off. And her son's like, oh, what's better than this? Where do you got to go? I'm like, don't make me say it, dude. He's like, come on. What's going on? Where are you going? I'm going to your mom's house. All right, guys, I'm James Lee. That's my time. Thank you so much.
James Leeds, everybody. James.